All right, today I wanted to go over the Bitcoin price action once again. Today will be a shorter video just because there's not too much to talk about on the charts from the last time I made a video, as well as I do have that live stream. If you want to get kind of more of my in-depth take of every possible scenario that could play out here, go ahead and watch that. It's about an hour long. Just skip through like the first 10 minutes or so when I was fixing the mic, because that was, a test stream just to try to get the stream all working properly, which I did get by the end of the video. So, it's worth a watch. I did talk about some good technical analysis stuff in there. If you do leverage trade, there's some good information in there for you. So, there's that if you do want some more takes on what I'm thinking about the market. But if you remember in my last video, I was talking about how this low could get swept, right? If we put a sweep level in there. I was saying, if we are going to go down, I would expect to hold this previous value area low, as well as just sweep this and get back above the sweep level. That's exactly what happened. We did trade sideways here for quite a bit, but then went ahead and broke out of this descending wedge, falling wedge, bullish pattern that we did find on the stream last night. So looking real good structurally there. If we do jump in here, more locally, we can see we are kind of battling in between this daily EMA and the top side of that trend, but sitting on top of the value area high of the day's open. So definitely looking more on the bullish side locally. Jumping here to a 15-minute, you can see we have a volume node as well as that point of control underneath us. If we were to get back under this value area high, right, I could see the case where we go ahead, test this, and then on up. So we do have big support underneath us, even if we do pull back here locally. Would not concern me too much. Now, of course, there is the case to be made that we do go ahead, deviate this, right? In my live stream, I was talking about how something we could happen because we have big resistance up this previous day open. We could go ahead, deviate out of this wedge, trap longs, and then come all the way back down, either sweep this low or visit these sweep levels down here, sweeping all of the liquidity back from before. And this could be something that was very fast. I don't expect us to spend much time down there at all, but just giving out some different scenarios that could be possible. And what we'll go ahead and do is we'll jump into order flow to see which scenario is the most likely, right? Who's long in the market, who's short in the market? Are we currently trapping longs, or do we already have a bunch of trap shorts? So it's more likely that we squeeze them to the upside, that sort of thing. All right, so over here on Trading Light now, what we're going to be looking at is the open interest as well as the CVD on both Binance and Bybit. So that will give us, kind of a good idea of what leverage positions are doing, taking into account that Bybit is usually on the correct side of the market most of the time. So, whatever these positions are doing, as long as price is following, that's probably where we're going to go. So let's jump out here, zoom out a little bit. These are 5-minute candles. So Bybit consistently opening positions throughout this range. They were opening shorts from, I would say, from here, right? So as you can see, this blue box here, Bybit was shorting this entire range. Let's go ahead, let's look at Binance. What were they doing within that range? If we look, right, when they started opening positions to when they started closing positions, very sideways on CVD. So Binance doesn't know what they want to do. Half of them are shorting, half of them are longing. So, Binance can't really get a good read on what they're doing in this range, but right now you can see they are closing out of position. CVD is going down, so they are closing long positions actually at these highs, which is cool. If you take the thesis that they are on the wrong side of the market, then them closing out long positions is fine. That allow us to have momentum to the upside without worrying about all their liquidity still being in the market that we need to take potentially, right? But not too much to take note of on Binance. Over here on Bybit, what are they doing locally? Well, they're doing a similar thing to what Binance was doing. Not as drastically, but they are closing out long positions. So it's very 50-50 to be honest. You can see overall they're closing out more long positions than anything else, but they are opening up longs as well right here. Super locally, this move up was Bybit longing, which is good, as well as Binance is getting squeezed. So you can see here super locally, if I were just to draw some circles around this, you can see this is Bybit longing and squeezing the shorts on Binance. So that's good to see here very locally. Is this going to be a bullish back test, or are we going to break back into the wedge? Jumping back over here to TradingView. Well, based on that order flow, nothing's very decisive. It is a weekend, so it makes sense that leverage is pretty indecisive right now. If I had to guess, I'm bullish, and that is just based on volume levels, right? We are sitting on top of volume levels. We are sitting on top of volume levels, as well as we did trap some shorts down back in this range here, as well as structurally we do have a nice swing fail of these levels. Again, jumping back out to that 1 hour time frame, it looks really good structurally, right? Nice retest of a bullish pattern. Could this be a trap for retail? Absolutely, right? I'm not going to be longing this. Way too indecisive to be longing it at current price. But if you were in a position like we were talking about last night, right? I was saying this would not actually be bad long if you were to take golden pocket 2786. Go ahead and make this green for a long. You can see this is what we were talking about last night, right? If you wanted to enter a leverage position, that's where you would have done it, and it would have worked out really good for you. You would be sitting real comfy in your position right now, having your stop at entry, just wait and see what price does. So yeah, overall, like what I'm seeing here. Just real quick before I end the video, we'll go ahead and check out Radiant RXD. I was saying, don't get bearish down here, right? Don't be selling your bags to the lows. If anything, I'm still buying here. You can see price has rallied up about 10% from that low. Could this be the actual back test now and we go ahead and shoot on up? Definitely. Could this be a deviation and we go and hunt down to the lows once again? Definitely, right? So it's all just probabilities there. But yeah, I'm pretty psyched on how Radiant is performing right now. I'm definitely up in my rotation because I sold some of my Caspa to buy this, and Caspa has been not doing so well here locally. So yeah, I'm pretty psyched that I actually, decided to do that rotation. And I think this thing has a ton of upside potential. Let's see if we can hold this back test, and off to the moon we go on Radiant here. But yeah, back on Bitcoin now, all we want to see happen here is these point of controls, value areas hold. If we do go ahead and come back down to back test this wedge once more, and that would be totally acceptable. If we do go ahead and break back under this wedge, it could just be a quick sweep of this low once more before heading on up, right? Or it could be that we are in fact going to go hunt these levels down there, which again, not a scary thing to happen at all because we have all these poor highs that we do need to hunt at some point. So the only time I get bearish is if price swing fails these highs and then starts hunting down these lows. But as long as we don't swing fail those highs and we still have all that liquidity up there, that tells me any corrections now are bullish and this back test is probably bullish. So I'm going to end the video on that. Make sure to join the Discord. Link is in the description down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.